one day there were two rooks sitting in a tree, and they were just sitting in their nest in the tree. I don't know what they were doing there. They were just waiting, or maybe they had eggs that they were looking after. But they were in the tree, and they were making a noise, and it was like this. And the rooks kept doing that noise, and they were just in the tree, but the tree was in my garden outside my house. So all I could hear all day long was and it was quite annoying, really. So what I did was I phoned my friend Pierre, and I said, Pierre, there's some rooks in the garden. I won't do the noise again, but I did the noise to Pierre, and he was like, oh, that's annoying, I wouldn't like that. And I said, no, I don't like it, Pierre. He said, well, what do you want me to do about it? I said, well, could you, because I knew Pierre had a gun. He was French, so he had a gun. I was like, Pierre, can you come and maybe shoot the rooks? So he said, yeah, I'll do that for you, that's okay. And in return I said, I will bake you a pie of any type that you like, but any type of pie. I don't mind, whatever. There's not, nothing illegal. So Pierre said, yeah, that's fine, I'll do that, that's okay. You would do the same for me if I were in your situation and you were in mine, he said. And I don't know if that's true or not. But anyway, the situation's never going to come up, so it's beside the point. So Pierre came by, and he drove past the house, and he saw the rooks up in the tree. Well, first of all, he heard the rooks. He's like, oh my god, that's annoying. And he got his gun out, which was some sort of air revolver. He revolved the air with it and shot the rooks. Bang! The first rook was dead. It fell on the floor. And then Pierre reloaded the gun and bang! Shot again the other rook, which also promptly fell directly to the ground, which was great, very relieving for me. So Pierre drove off. It was a drive-by he did. He didn't get out of the car. He just shot from the car and drove off. And I went outside in the garden, bagged up the rooks, put them in a plastic bag, a black bin liner, which contained both of the rook bodies, which were not too badly damaged. And then I went inside my house and thought, what better way to celebrate this minor victory than to make a nice rook pie. So cooked the rooks, made a rook pie, and ate the rook pie. Cooked it and that, ate it. It was alright, good. But later on that evening, after I'd gone to bed, I'd been in bed for maybe an hour or so, my stomach started to rumble. Realised that it was probably the rooks that had given me severe indigestion. I'd basically just mashed up all the rooks and all the rook parts. And so got all the rook feathers, and they'd all been sort of mashed up in a blend with all the horrible other rook parts, bones and beaks and eyeballs and spines and everything. And so they'd all been mashed up in a pie, and they'd given me severe indigestion, really, I suppose. And I was kept up half the night, vomiting severely, had diarrhea, vomiting and diarrhea at the same time. It was awful, frankly. And then the next morning came, as the morning does, and I was late for work because I'd been up half the night, obviously vomiting because of the rook pie, the foul rooks that I'd eaten, the rook pie. And I went into work, I was late, and my boss said, why are you so late here at your place of work where you should be on time? You've got to come and put shelves up and the other things that you're meant to do in your day at work. I said, I tried to explain the whole story about the rooks in the garden and how Pierre had come, shot the rooks. I'd made a rook pie that had given me indigestion, severe case of vomiting, etc., etc. And he wasn't having any of it. He shirked off all of my stories, and he fired me promptly. So now I'm unemployed, I have no money, I've got severe indigestion, and it's all thanks to the rooks. And so if anybody asks me why I hate rooks, that's part of that's the entire explanation as to why I hate rooks. So kill all the rooks. That's my motto. Kill the rooks. Thanks.